Hello, and welcome back to the 20-Sided Podcast. As ever, my name is Brian Flaherty, and I'll be the Dungeon Master, and I'm joined once again by our trio of heroic passengers, Jenny Gustafson.
Hello.
Kevin Bauer.
Hi.
And Blythe Roberson.
Howdy.
Howdy! Haven't gotten a howdy yet. I love it.
Here's a question. Is howdy short for how do you do?
Oh my God, how did I never think of that? That actually did blow my... that feels right.
It simply must be.
In my head, I was like getting ahead of you. I thought you were going to say howdy doody.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it probably is short for howdy do. But
okay,
holy
Wikipedia...
shit, it's definitely howdy you do.
Apparently, according to Wikipedia, it's originally a shortened form of the greeting, how do ye? In, the 1500s.
All right.
It feels more Blythe. How do you do feels more Kevin. How do ye
How
feels
do
more
ye?
Blythe.
Well, I'm still excited about the discovery. That one felt good the whole way.
Me too. Keep it in the pod.
Keep it in the pod. No cuts. No fade outs. You guys ready to get going?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In case anyone's ever been wondering what that sound is, it's just me rubbing my hands together. Now that I did it once, I've got to do it again. It's a callback. Running theme. Last time on the R.M.S. Titanfall. You found yourselves safe, for the moment at least, sealed off from the flooded decks behind a bulkhead. However, as you took refuge in the first-class library, Karis noticed the tentacle tattoo of the drowned snaking its way up the arm of an unconscious Sir Tiffany Fex, Queen's Guard to Annabelle Tor. You weighed your options, decided to bring her back to consciousness, concealing your knowledge of her sinister allegiance. Meanwhile, Captain Beezus revealed to you that no SOS message had been sent out, and that unless you could find a way to send a distress call, it was likely that no one would know you were even in danger. In her addled state, Cleave turned the screws to Sir Tiffany Fex, caught sight of her guilt, and tried to get her to reveal more than she intended. Meanwhile, Karis and Maeve disclosed the treacherous revelation to Sir Warwick Blitz, hoping he would stay calm and help them pull more information from her. However, Sir Tiffany Fex caught sight of Warwick's tense expression. Cleave noticed her mind beginning to whirl, and before she could act, he drew his gun and fired. A battle ensued in the library as Tiffany Fex attempted to maintain her guise as a loyal Queen's Guard while making her escape. In the confusion of the moment, she nearly succeeded, but loyalty shifted when her treachery was revealed. At Karis' direction, the passengers barred her escape. As she began to weave her magic to aid her flight, Cleave shot out a piece of the ceiling that fell directly on top of her, knocking her out cold. With Fex unconscious, Sir Warwick moved in to make a killing blow, but Maeve, using her mage hand, deflected his attack, convincing him that she might still be useful. We begin moments after this has occurred. You guys have quickly made sure to tie up Tiffany Fex in the way you had seen Madame Ulta, the other woman you had battled before, tied up, her fingers splayed. You tried to stuff some stuff in Tiffany Fex's mouth, make sure she can't cast any spells with verbal components. And you see the room is still kind of abuzz from this. The passengers that Karis had commanded are still kind of at attention almost. Definitely, these are in no way troops of any kind. These are first-class passengers. They're all still wearing their tuxes and tails and fancy gowns. But they are at least looking around, almost waiting to see what'll happen. Warwick Blitz, Camille, and Annabelle are kind of off to one side. You see Camille very actively consoling Annabelle. And Sir Warwick Blitz kind of standing at attention with Sir Tiffany Fex nearby, fully bound. You guys look around and you see... actually, go ahead and roll a perception check for me, everybody.
I got a 6.
I have a 21.
Oh my god.
I got a 4. Wait, plus. I got a 9.
Okay, 4 plus 9. You guys look around. Karis, you as you scan the crowd, you see Captain Beezus, who you'd spoken to before, had been like hyperventilating into a bag after his discovery about this errant lack of an SOS signal that was supposed to be automated in some way. You see him back to consciousness, and he seems to be talking with Meadhbh, both of them looking very anxious and worried.
Which of us is closest to Meadhbh? Which of us has formed the, like, cutest relationship with Meadhbh?
Oh, you mean emotionally?
Yeah, emotionally. Or it was more a matter of opinion.
I feel like
my vote's for Cleave.
yes.
I feel like Cleave needs to check in with his buddy.
I have an idea about an SOS if we don't have mechanical means to do it, but just so that we have it in our back pocket. You guys want to hear?
Yeah. I'm...
Okay. I don't know if it would work, but it could work. I can talk to animals or whatever. I'm like a little bit of a way with animals. And there's a lot of dolphins swimming around, and we could write a bunch of little SOSs in a bottle and give them to the dolphins and tell them to kind of, go find whoever they can and let them know about the situation that we're in and to seek help, if we can somehow find our way to a dolphin and some bottles.
Well, can you just say it to them?
Yeah, but then I don't think they can say it to other people because they're dolphins.
Okay. So are we trying to get them to, like, warn the other sea creatures? Or...
Like, I'm envisioning that if we can't send out an SOS signal to other boats using SOS technology, and we need to let other people with life-saving technology know that we need help, we can make the dolphins deliver them a message in a bottle.
Okay, sorry. That was definitely more straightforward than my brain thought it was. So thank you for humoring me.
Cleave, what do you think?
I'm on board.
But maybe we can ask first Meadhbh if he knows, if there's an easier way.
Let's do that.
Can I piggyback off my perception check? Mm-hmm. Like, as to what's around us? Are we in the middle of the water, no land mass anywhere right now?
Because you guys are still below, like, as the ship's inverted, you guys are still below the water line.
Yeah. Okay.
From what you know from where you were when the ship capsizes was like 3-ish hours ago. Mm-hmm. You were very much in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
In the middle of the liminal sea. You're probably about halfway on your journey. This was like supposed to be a 3-day cruise. You are midway through like the second day, which would mean you're still a number of leagues from the Twilight Assembly.
Okay.
I don't know how long a league is, but it's nautical. Mm-hmm. Nautical measure of distance.
I would be down with Blythe sending out some dolphin SOSs, if that's
absolutely
a possibility. I'm trying to think of what else we might be able to do.
So maybe let's go ask Meadhbh, A, if we have a normal way to do it, and B, if I'm trying to get to some dolphins, how I might be able to do that without drowning in the liminal sea.
You guys make your way over to Meadhbh and Captain Beezus. Captain Beezus is still very much like you had normally seen him as this, dapper, gnomish man. Very much a ball of nerves at this point. He's still got his paper bag in his hand that he's kind of like breathing into every now and then. Meadhbh is there trying to calm him down, like get some stuff out. As you approach, Meadhbh looks over and goes, "Okay, so it's not all bad. It turns out the automatic SOS system that I designed into the ship to be foolproof appears to be less than foolproof. That's the bad news. The worst news, this is a bad news, worst news situation, is we could activate the SOS manually. However, it is located in the communications room within the helm of the ship, which normally would not be a problem. Unfortunately, it's located at the top of the ship, i.e., now the bottom of the ship. So if we can get there, we can absolutely send out an SOS with the sending stone there. goes directly to the Twilight Assembly, as well as all nearby ships in the area. It's just a question of, getting there. So, good news, worse news.
How does the sending stone work? Like, if I'm, say, a dolphin, could I turn on the sending stone?
He kind of looks at you and goes, Dolphin could absolutely use the sending stone. However, it is like a spoken word, so the other person would just hear, insert dolphin sounds here.
Pretty good.
How heavy is
There
the
you go.
sending stone? Is it like a little bitty pebble? Or is it like a big old rock?
It's pretty small. I mean, and he kind of holds up his hands. It's like, breadbasket sized. Normally you get them and they're much smaller. They're like, little small handheld rock type things. This one is a little more robust. It has much wider area it can send to, and it can kind of broadcast, all around. Normally sending stones are linked to one other sending stone. This one kind of overrides all sending stones in a large area, so it requires much more power.
Do we have to go out? Is the helm accessible from other rooms in the boat, or does it involve, walking across the deck at any point? Something that would be now in the water.
There are a number of ways into the helm. You can go, through some of the upper cabins. You can go, obviously, on the top of the boat. But unfortunately, and he kind of does some mental calculations in his head. He goes, all of the access points now are flooded. And I mean, even if there wasn't a flooded access point, that room would for sure be, unless they somehow managed to seal it off, would definitely be one of the flooded chambers. I mean, there is an option, and it is a little odd. Actually, Cleave, can you go ahead and roll a perception check for me?
I can. Oh my god. Okay, 15.
You see, he looks over and eyes a woman nearby, and you glance over and you recognize it as the cleaning woman that you accosted trying to find the man that you accosted.
Oh boy.
She's standing there. She's still holding on to some of her gear. It's kind of all strapped to her, and she's got her maid's uniform with all the pockets still kind of filled. She catches your eye and kind of gets stiff for a second. Myrtle will be kind of no, come here. And she kind of bops over. Yes, please don't yell at me again. Do you have the keys to the supply closets? All of them? Even the maintenance closets? Yeah. She pulls out this big key ring and with a deft, typist fingers, pulls out a key and hands it to him and goes, okay, so there are a number of maintenance doors and things, maintenance closets around here. In order to properly tend to all the maintenance needs of the boat, sometimes it is necessary to go outside of the boat. There are a number of mechanisms and physical parts outside. If we try to do this while moving, obviously that poses a challenge. So we've stocked a number of the maintenance closets. Why can't I think of the word closets? So we've stocked a number of the maintenance closets with potions of water breathing. These are minimal use. They only last for an hour. But if they've survived the crash, the capsizing, we could use those to give you a small window of time to get down there and send the SOS.
Does the pressure factor into any of this? No, we're pretty close up to the top of the ocean head.
He looks at you. The pressure would be minimal here. As long as you don't decide to dive much deeper or you decide to rise very quickly, it should be minimal danger to you.
Can we afford another hour of the ship sinking?
Ship hasn't actually it's still floating. Part of the ship is still above water. It's just fully upside down.
I look at Mert and I'm like, it's a good boat you built, Mert.
Yeah, thank you. There's a lot of trapped air right now, and that's really helping us out. And my best guess is that on the bottom, the ballast was destroyed. And now if the ballast is above the ship, and if the bottom of the ship is broken or in some way compromised, that would also help to rise the ship. So, I mean, we've got a lot of things going for us, capsize-wise. That will not be the case for very long, I don't think.
I just think it's really smart that you decided to include this trapped air. I don't know that I would have.
He looks at you and goes, "What? Okay, so in this imaginary boat in your head, what would the passengers put into their lungs for breath?"
Boy, I don't know. I'm no architect.
You're not wrong there. He hands you guys the key. He goes, "There's a maintenance shaft not too far away. We can try to find if there are any of these potions still available. I mean, they're kept in glass bottles, so hopefully they survived. But if we have a few of them, we could at least get down there, send out an SOS, and then we've at least checked off one, major problem we are facing."
Buddy, lead us to it. All right.
Wonderful. He starts leading you out. As you're going out, you see Sir Warwick Blitz kind of jogs over to you and goes, What are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. We should check back in with you and regroup.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action here. Just a little heads up.
Absolutely.
I'm answering a lot of questions. I'll be honest, I'm a little out of my depth at this point. No pun intended.
That was hilarious, though.
I'm very funny. You don't know this about me.
No, but I like that I'm getting to know you, and I have a feeling over the next hour, we're going to learn a whole lot more.
Very possible.
Cleave, you want to tell him what's going on? I just need to sneeze over here.
Sure. All right, pal. Here's the deal. Bless you.
I'm keeping that in the edit. For sure. In fact, I'm going to boost it.
Oh my god. All right, pal, here's the deal. We gotta get down to that message stone so we can tell people our message. The message that we're all gonna die.
Okay, well, let's not say it like that. Let's assume a positive. Let's put a positive mental hat on and keep that positive mental hat on, okay? Okay, at least around the queens, because they're one of them's not doing so good right now, okay?
Right, sure. I won't say die, I'll say something a little bit less intense. So we're gonna go down there to send a message that we're all gonna drown.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, Cleave.
Good luck. I hope it works. Otherwise, bad things will probably happen. Thank you. He goes off, and you see him guarding over Sir Tiffany Fex, very well manacled and bound with improvised things. And you see Camille. In this moment, you guys kind of glance over at Camille and Annabelle. Annabelle, normally this brash, big personality, her kind of crazy colored, cropped madness of hair. Camille is just sitting behind her, gently brushing her hair, and Annabelle is looking she's got a bit of a 1,000-yard stare ahead of her, as you see her eyes kind of glancing back and forth, kind of lost in thought, as Camille's just trying to comfort her in this moment.
Before we move on, may I walk up and talk to her?
Yeah, you kind of walk
Very
back
briefly.
behind Warwick.
Excuse me, I know I probably can't describe or understand what you're going through right now and the kind of betrayal you must feel, but for the sake of our mission to get us out of here, I need to know if you know any information that might help us or have any inkling of a sense of anything that might be helpful for us, in the next stage of our quest.
You see Annabelle kind of not even meeting your gaze. She's just kind of looking ahead. I trusted her with so many. She said so many. I don't know what I don't know what were my ideas and what weren't my ideas, and I really don't want some of the ideas to be her. I thought I thought we had to do it. I thought we had to. And so when she said it, it made sense, When he was crazy. Both of them were. They'd been at war for 3 years, and when she said that they need to be stopped, it just clicked in my head. I didn't think that was...
So you didn't have well, you don't feel as though you had a choice in what happened with your father and...
I thought it was my choice, but now I keep thinking back, and every time I think about it, I just think that she kept pushing me to those things. She kept little things, but... Oh my god. And she just kind of like glances forward and locks up in that moment.
Like emotionally locks up?
Yeah, just kind of...
Okay. She locks up her work closet. Leaves. Clocks out.
Clocks out. Camille kind of looks up and goes, maybe just give her a minute.
And I lean over to her and say, look, I had an uncle who died once, and he told me some pretty crazy stuff. But I did write it all down, and it all turned out to be true. So I'm just saying, while we're gone, if she says anything crazy, write it down.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna roll a little check for Camille. Karis, where do you keep your medallion?
Oh, around my neck, of course. But I think it's by now it's broken, but it's fallen into my pant waist.
Okay.
But I know it's there. So it's my amulet.
Camille looks at you and goes, okay, I'll be sure to write anything down.
Oh my gosh. I turn around and then I do like a fast and hard realization. Oh my gosh. I have this thing. It's not a thing. It's more like my life's purpose. I have this amulet. It's in my pant waist. It used to be around my neck. I don't really feel like I need to explain to you how it got there. It did break. But I was wondering if I could hand it over to you, and if you have any take on it. It seems to be from one of the twin... I know they're not Twin Peaks, but like that's what's happening in my head right now.
Twin Ports?
The Twin Ports. Yeah, if you know anything about this, can you just check it out?
You kind of like reach into your shirt, pants, whatever, pull it out, pull out the like two kind of pieces of it that are broken. She looks at it and her eyes kind of go a bit wide, and for a moment she seems surprised, and she kind of like collects herself and goes, where did you say you got this?
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I was just found with it on me.
When you say found, like, when?
When I was a baby. Before I can even remember anything.
She holds it up, and you see on her, like emblazoned on her gown, is a very similar symbol. You know, it's the flag crest of Slake Haven. And yours is very close. It's just like a few little tinges off. Mm-hmm. She looks at it and kind of hands it back to you. Goes, I don't need to study it. I know it's my father's symbol. It's the symbol of the McQuick family.
Wait, what is happening?
She holds it up to, she kind of like points at her. She goes, see, it's similar. And she shows hers, and then she points out to a few minor differences. She goes, these were bits of my mother's sigil added in when they were married. So this, if you have this, my father must have given it to you.
Hey, and I'm sorry. Let me collect myself. What? So, there's a distinct possibility that my long-lost daddy could be the deceased king, your father, Mr. McQuick.
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 Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
I'm so sorry. 22.
You look at Camille, and she keeps her face very steeled. She's like very polite and very affable, as best she can be in this, stressed time. You don't see necessarily a flicker of anything on her face as she kind of like processes this. However, you glance up momentarily at Warwick. And when you say the deceased king, you see his eyes flicker.
Flicker?
You see him trying to contain something.
Okay.
Camille looks at you and goes, and you see her kind of like wrestling with it herself. And goes, it seems a very distinct possibility. Remind me your name again?
Oh my gosh, I barely remember, but it's Karis.
She hands it back to you and goes, Karis, if we get out of this together, I think we're going to have to figure some things out.
Yes, that.
We might have to get lunch, yes. Because this will be a major... there'll be a lot of things to happen with this. But for now, let's just focus on staying alive.
Okay. I can do that. Just, keep an eye on things down here. Please.
I will, I promise. As you move away, you see Warwick's grip on his axe has like tightened, and you hear the of the leather like around the strap. Not necessarily like as if he's going to attack, just in a moment of tension. You see him trying to hold something back.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I also see that?
Yeah, I'll let you roll a perception check. Roll an insight check.
Oh, wow. How bad is my insight modifier? Only -1. 17.
17. You definitely clock this. And you'd been kind of like watching this from afar with a bit of further back vantage. You catch the look in his eye as Karis says the deceased king. And you see that similar flicker of someone attempting to cover up a lie.
Cleave shouts over at him, hey, Warhorse. You got something to share, you better say it before we all drown.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's significantly lower. Okay, 9?
He looks and goes, what, Warhorse? That's a fucking great nickname. I don't know how no one's ever done that before. Can I keep that? Can I keep it? Because that's awesome.
You can keep it, but you gotta give me something, too.
Yeah, what do you want?
What you got going on behind those eyes, Warhorse?
He looks at you and goes, it's a wildly intimate question. I've never been so touched that you care. Nothing really, though. I'm good. I just want to get out of here.
Oh my god.
Can I roll a persuasion check to see if I can get him to tell us his little secrets?
Little secrets.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check for me before you roll a persuasion check.
Okay, great. 22.
You also kind of like in this area clock this exchange happen. You see his tension around the phrase, the dead king. You notice his eyes as he kind of like flickers around thinking, they flick immediately to Camille. You get the sense that there may be something he's hiding, there may be something that she's hiding, but hiding it better. But you know that because of his relationship to her, it's unlikely he's going to say anything in her vicinity.
Okay, let me try this. And I'll roll a persuasion check if I have to.
Okay. I
say, okay, on the count of 3, we're all going to say whether Camille's dad is alive or dead. 1, 2, 3. Alive.
Alive?
Absolutely roll a persuasion check. If you get a nat 20, sure. I'll let this insane plan work.
An 11.
You see Camille just kind of look up and go, What are you? That's a very inconsiderate game. Wildly inconsiderate game.
It's not a game, Camille. It's a journalism.
I really had respect for journalists, but that really took it a step down. That feels bad.
But what does Warwick say? Or look?
Warwick, kind of as ever, is kind of like trying to hold back something. You know that he is concealing something.
Okay, who has Camille's dad's phone number? Let's just call him and see if he picks up.
I'm going to say, for the purposes of just moving it along, you guys won't be able to get anything else out of him without changing the circumstances of the environment.
Let's change the circumstances of the environment. Can Cleave roll a perception check for something to shoot?
Yes.
I got a 10.
I mean, you're in a room. There's definitely stuff to shoot. There's bookshelves. Ansel's trying to restock books.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shoot near Ansel.
Oh
We
my
gotta
God.
keep him on his toes.
How can we change the circumstances for Warwick so that we get more information out of this guy?
I don't think
when
we're
not
gonna
supposed
get any
to?
more right now.
He said, unless we change the circumstances. I propose we change
All right, let's
the
change it.
circumstances.
We're not on a boat anymore. Well, we have to get out, don't we? Don't we have to go get those little oxygen packs or
Yeah,
whatever?
let's go get
we're gonna drown.
yeah, let's go get him.
Mm.
What do they look like again, Brian?
Meadhbh kind of comes up to you. They're potions of water breathing. They're little, classic potion-shaped vials, little stopper on top, and they're little pink with little blue swirlies in them.
And
They're
we
really
all
cool.
and
It
we
tastes
all
very
keep
bitter.
going like Harry Potter, right? That's like Harry Potter.
Yes. Potions initially were designed off of Harry Potter.
Okay.
You guys make your way out of the library and down towards a nearby maintenance closet that Meadhbh kind of like points out to you. He stays behind in the room, kind of like is helping out Beezus. As you're leaving, you also see also in this room, kind of like staying near the queens, is Cassandra. Cassandra Divorcée is still holding on to the lockbox that Karis and Cleave had retrieved for her. You guys make it to the maintenance closet. I don't know why I can't think of the word closet. Jesus. You make it to the maintenance closet, you open it up. Inside, everything is obviously in disarray. But you do see a like lockbox at the center that has potion written on it. You crack it open and you see there are 4 vials of unbroken water breathing potion. A number of other bottles. There seemed to be like 20 in here originally, and most of them have shattered and are like dripping all over the floor. But you have 4 unbroken vials.
All right, let's make waves.
Who's our squad here? Is it the 3 of us? And then do we have Mert the Turt with us? Or
Yeah, are we
Should we
bringing
go get-
anyone?
Let's bring Ansel for
my
sex
God.
reasons.
just in case we
The
get lost down
dolphins
there.
will love Ansel.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do we have to bring anyone, or does someone want to double up on these potions?
I feel like maybe we all need to be swimming to. Let's just take all the potions just in case, but we don't need a 4th person. I feel like what if one of them malfunctions in some way? Unless we need someone who knows how to open the ding dang door, so maybe we grab that.
Cassandra
hyperventilating.
is the owner, isn't she?
Yeah, she might know more than Beezus, or maybe Mert could come.
Mert might be able to breathe underwater, right? Because he's a
Turtle.
turtle.
Oh, he can't. He can hold his breath for up to an hour at a time.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Well.
So
So
much of a
functionally,
talker.
he can do it without a potion of water breathing.
So he was like, why don't y'all fucking idiots go do this arduous shit that I could just do normally because I'm a turtle? Let's go waste 15 minutes yelling at him.
You walk back into the room, all of you just storming forward. Moby's just like, oh, did you find the potions?
Hey, Mert, you got something you want to tell us about being able to breathe underwater?
Yeah, buddy, I know you've seen us struggling here for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, but anything you want to share?
You see, he reaches up, does the like collar pull, but he does it with his shell, and then goes, "Ee," and then
Oh my
pops his
God.
head into his shell.
Oh my god.
Hey, nice going, War Tort.
I'm a coward. I'm okay with that. Know thyself. Socrates exists in this world.
All right. I think we need to just
Let's
keep
go
on
do it.
keeping on.
Yeah. Dive in.
But
Literally
before, can I
and
just tap
metaphorically.
Cassandra Divorcee on the shoulder?
Yes, what? Yes, what?
Is there any way I can relieve you of your lockbox? We're going up to hopefully, higher ground. I don't know if you would want it in a hero's hands or if you simply can't part with it right now.
I would like to keep a good hold on the things that I value. Thank you for your very kind, generous offer, but no.
Okay.
Hey, Cassandra, what's in there? On the count of 3, let's all say what's inside Cassandra's lockbox.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Secret papers.
Salmon.
Fuck off.
Ooh, okay.
Don't you have things to be doing? Heroic deeds to be doing? That's why you're here.
Oh, yeah. Let's go save Cassandra Divorcee. Even though she won't tell us one secret.
Even though
please.
we've told her every secret.
Fine. All right. We go, but we all walk with our elbows at 90-degree angles and just swinging our arms.
Looking like a kid in an anime.
Yep.
Angry walking kid in an anime. You guys make your way out. How are you getting to the water? Are you going to try to go through the bulkhead that you guys sealed, like going straight down through the interior of the ship, or are you going to try to somehow make it to a window and like go from the outside?
We should probably try to go to a window because otherwise the water will fuck everyone.
Yeah. I don't want the water to fuck everyone.
Oh, by the way, like, what is happening with the Kraken? Is the Kraken still actively trying to like mess with us?
Yeah.
In the past, about an hour since you guys have sealed this bulkhead and of the like last episode took place, you haven't felt many large gyrations or movements of the Kraken. There's still like the slow like eking of the ship, like.
Okay.
But you haven't felt any powerful movements recently.
Okay.
I don't trust that shit. That Kraken's out there.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can hum the song or whatever if it comes to try to get us when we're trying to get to the sending stone.
I mean, we're not worried this thing is just going to straight up, like, eat us as soon as we leave the boat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got some little sharp daggers I could, like, poke it with. Or I could try to heat parts of the boat and burn it so it's like, ow, and moves on to greener pastures. Or, yeah, I don't really know how else to get this Kraken dead.
You said he's not like thrashing or anything like that. Or they are not. Or it is not.
You haven't felt any major disturbances to the boat other than like you hear the creaks of the boat and you hear like some minor vibrations of a like damaged vessel, but you haven't felt the massive thrusts and like jarring motions that had accompanied the initial capsizing of the boat.
It also seems like not necessarily hell-bent on killing us versus like, I don't know. It is a dead revivifying Kraken. Like, I don't know that it would laser focus on us to like kill us if we went out there.
Yeah. And I trust Maeve to navigate the waters with like the animal life and all of that stuff too. So I would be down with that. So I think we should do that too.
I mean, we can like go find a window and see if we get more information. I still have my sham too, so I could always try to play. Did I already try to play the song backwards? Like,
Yeah, you've not tried to play it backwards. You're more than welcome to though.
Okay, great. Well, when we get outside and see what the deal is, I might try to play it backwards, see if that makes it go dead now.
Okay. You guys find your way to, you've got to kind of like move through some of the cabins to find like a suitable window that's not covered up with like detritus of the boat. You find one and looking outside, it's like a large porthole that's easily openable. You know, you'll have to like open it, get out, and like close this thing, but it's definitely a way out. You kind of like poke your heads out, like kind of pressing your faces up to the window. Looking to either side, you don't immediately see any tentacles or even any sea life necessarily. It's pretty darkish ocean at this point.
And are we I'm just a little bit, the physics of it are wigging me out a small amount. Is there a world in which we want to try to get up to a window that is not currently underwater so that when we go out, a bunch of water doesn't rush in and like we don't need to like worry if we can't immediately close it?
You can definitely go up some floors.
Let's do
Because then we can also try to like get back in easier. I'm like afraid that we'll get out there and then not be able to find our way back in. Yeah, let's go up a couple floors.
You guys start making your ways up. You guys are on like the 8th floor if the boat was right side up. You make your way up to the 7th, the 6th, slowly having to like climb upside down on like stairwells are weirdly inverted. It's very difficult to like move around. Actually, everyone go and roll me a acrobatics check as you attempt to like maneuver around these various corners and edges.
9.
14.
13.
13. Karis, normally the spry one is kind of having to be like, because you're so much shorter, Cleave and Meadhbh are like helping you by like picking you up, tossing you onto things, then you're able to like climb up. So the process takes you a good 15, 20 minutes to get up what would have taken you 2 or 3 minutes to just climb these stairs inverted. But you slowly make your way up to the 5th floor. So like halfway up the boat. And as you, each time you're kind of like looking out of windows and you're seeing the blue water getting less and less dark. And finally you get out of this window, or you get out of this floor, you peek into a cabin and you look out and see daylight. Evening, but daylight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, should we... And there's no sign of Kraken.
You look out the window, pressing your face up against it. You look down the sides of the boat and you see small bits of tendrils still weaving its way up. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Cool. 18.
You look at one of these massive tentacles. It's kind of just like resting on the side of the boat and like tips of it are kind of moving a little bit. You had seen it before and it was very much a like necrotic tentacle almost. It was partially rotten. You see it looks significantly more reconstituted now. And as you watch it, momentarily you see little bits of like red pulsing kind of coming down the tentacle, almost like a heartbeat of some sort. Just like, and as it does, you see the tentacle kind of like moves a bit with it. You kind of glance up the side and you see the tentacle, rather than coming down from below the ocean, seems to be coming from like the top of the boat. Seems to be like protruding from what was the bottom of the boat.
Oh. Can I do an Arcana check to see if I have any idea how this is happening or how to make it go away?
Yeah, sure.
17.
You see these like red flickers of light. You recognize it as being arcane energy of some sort. It seems to be some kind of like elemental energy. With 17, you are not entirely sure what is happening, but there is some kind of energy that seems to be feeding this rejuvenation, this reconstitution of this beast. You would guess if you could find that source and like cut off that source in some way, that might stop this or inhibit it in some way. But you from here, especially like you're looking out a porthole window, you're not really sure.
There's a part of me that wants to like heat metal or like play the song backwards to try to fuck with this Kraken, but I think first we should try to send an SOS.
Can I ask a quick question? Whatever became of that? Wasn't she an elfin woman who we saw in our first battle?
Last you saw her and the rest of the drowned people, they were near the bottom of the ship, like locked up in a hold.
Oh, were they?
I bet that frickin' Tiffany Fex let him go.
Oh my god.
Should one of us go send the SOS and one of us go try to find that lady?
Yeah, do we
Or
want
should
to
we
split up?
stay
or
together?
I mean, Cleave does not feel good about leaving the boat.
Should I go try to send the SOS and Cleave, you try to go?
I'll go with Cleave.
Okay.
I'm game for that. Yeah, if you want to do it. I do think. I mean, should we try to use that 4th potion so it's 2 and 2, just in case? I don't want you to get trapped or anything, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 potions.
That works for me. Wait, you can have all of them, right? Because the bottom of the boat would be.
But
Top
do we
for
want...
us.
But what if something happens to you guys? I like the idea of you having like a safety net.
Yeah.
Worst case, I'll get a dolphin to zoom me back up to the top, or I'll just fucking die, and then I'm free from this plane of existence.
I don't know why. I really thought you were going to say get a dolphin to like partner breathe or something.
Oh my god.
That's where my mind went. You hand Maeve, you take 2 of the potions. Karis and Cleave, you take one of the other ones. Maeve, you open up this porthole window, look out, and for a moment you're reminded how nice the liminal sea can be. It's just this very calm ocean. You kind of like stick your head out, kind of pulling yourself out, and you see the massive body of the Kraken seems to be resting on what is now the top of the boat, with the tentacles dangling down. And as you like kind of pull yourself out, you see a little bit better, especially in the darkening skies, these like little pulses of red that seem to be going down each of the tentacles. And you dive into the water.
Yeah, well, I do the potion-y thing first, right?
You drink down this potion, tastes like a bit bitter with this like kind of like sickly sweet swirl, and you dive into the ocean. You just like by instinct kind of hold your breath, and after a minute you let the water in. Water kind of like fills your lungs for a moment. You have a moment of panic, just natural response, and then all of a sudden you realize like it kind of sits there and just kind of just filling your lungs with this oxygen. Go ahead and roll me a animal handling check with advantage.
Okay, great. So I roll twice. 17.
You dive into the water. A dolphin flies up next to you. He goes, "Hey, how's it going? Thanks for freeing us. Need a lift?"
God. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much. I'm trying to go to the communication center at the helm.
I'm a dolphin. I don't know where that is, but if you point me in the direction, I can definitely take you there.
Yeah, it's this way.
And then I point into the direction which I know of where it is.
You grab onto the forefin. Wow, what is that? Dorsal fin. There we go. Grab
Yeah.
onto the dorsal fin as it dives deeper down. Cleave and Karis, as she begins to dive down into the ocean, you see her shadow eventually disappear into the darkness. What do you guys do?
The very first thing that Cleave does is turn to Karis and go, "Dodged a bullet on that one." I say, I mean, I'm riled up and ready to rock and roll.
Cleave, can you please put your gun away?
Cleave is doing like attempts at Wild West gun spins.
And I keep hearing you just breathing heavily and going, Annie Oakley, Annie Oakley.
Oh my god.
Cleave, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Ooh. Okay, 14.
It's pretty fucking good. You haven't gotten the like, you try to like do a spin, toss it, and catch it back in your finger. You kind of stumble back on that one, but you were able to do the like quick draw from your holster, all that stuff. It looks pretty cool. Karis, you're giving him shit, but a little part of you is just like, all right.
Yeah, I
I
can't
catch
do
it
that.
at the end of the streak, and I look at Karis and I go, "You know my private eye motto? Shoot first, ask questions never."
I can respect that.
I'm absolutely going to make a business card.
Oh my god.
Yes!
You make your way further up. Where are you guys heading exactly? Like, what are you guys doing as you make your way up?
Cleave is like sidling up against every single corner with the gun up like James Bond and doing like and like hitting doorways, like looking around and then signaling to Karis that it's okay to move into the next room. Just the whole fucking way.
And then I move across you and in front of you, just like so swiftly and quickly and Bruce Lee like.
Both you go and roll on stealth checks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's the opposite.
I got a 22.
I got a 17.
Both of you are moving pretty smoothly through this area. Cleave, surprisingly, Karis, you're like listening to him and he's literally making his own sound effects. But oddly enough, they seem to be working. Like, they seem to be helping him in some way. Like, by his mouth movements, his footsteps are getting quieter. You don't know how it is, but, like, it's strange enough to be noticeable. You guys make your way up to the third deck, third from what was the bottom. This is about as low as you guys had ever been. This is the deck that has the crew quarters. This is the deck that had the brig where you guys were like interrogated. And Karis, this was also the deck that you entered. This is like where they loaded in gear. Lower decks are all like engine rooms and things. You guys glance around the corner and you see the two doors that were holding these prisoners have been burst open.
Cleave, I'm surprised you didn't have a quick thing to say about the doors, like, oh, barn door, I don't know.
No, it's good. I think we can workshop that to something good. I want to hear where you were going with it.
I'm a little nervous being with someone who's like verbally very quick.
It's all good, you know, it just takes practice. I've seen a lot of this in the past, but even so, and I look back at the doors that are blown open, and I look back at Karis, this is blowing my mind.
You guys make your way down the hallway and you see both of these rooms completely empty. You see chains have been like very roughly like wrenched apart over the past likely couple of hours. And you see the prison that was holding Madame Ulta, the other elf that you had battled, is also empty. Can each of you roll a perception check for me?
Oh, hello, 21.
Ooh, fuck. 15.
Karis, your ears prick up as you hear from what seems like a floor above you. You hear a familiar female voice, a bit muffled, but kind of like rings out in this area. Don't let anyone else up here. And you hear as a body tumbles down the stairs. It seems to be a body of like a first-class passenger who had made it to the top. He lands at the bottom, his neck fully garroted, bleeding out on the floor.
Yoink.
Maeve, as you're diving further down into the water, you see these tentacles are kind of like moving very slowly around the edges of the boat, just kind of like chilling there a bit. Go ahead and roll me a investigation check as you are moving around, aided by this dolphin, trying to find the proper area.
21.
21. You had gotten some like quick instructions from Meadhbh. Like as you were going down the hallway, you ripped a sign off the wall that had a map, and you were kind of using that as best you can under the water. You dive down and see what was the Phoebe Promenade. Most of the windows blown out. A number of bloated bodies just still floating in this area of the people that were not able to escape. You see the band members kind of floating around, cymbals and oboes and shawms, just kind of floating lifelessly in the water. You make your way around and you find what appears to be an entrance to the helm. You see, like, essentially it was like the front of the promenade. It was, also this kind of like glass chamber meant to look very impressive. People could like watch the crew work. You see inside is also completely flooded. The windows had been shattered by the force of the blast.
Oh no.
It's flooded, but nothing appears to be damaged. There's a number of crewmen's bodies kind of floating in this area.
Oh no.
And you see a large cloud of red around you.
Like blurred? Is it blurred? Is it blurred, or is it the thing that's keeping the Kraken alive?
It's blurred.
Oh no, gross. Okay, well, I gotta get over the blood, and I just gotta, can I get in and get the little stone, please?
You give the dolphin a little signal. The dolphin kind of begins to go forward and kind of pulls back a bit and goes, sure you want to go that way? There's a lot of blood.
I don't get it. I'm confused about why. Okay, let me think about this. Blood is from bodies. The people are dead. So some would say it would make sense that there's blood. But if they drowned, is it supposed to be, am I supposed to be more wigged out by the blood than I am? Like, is there like something I'm not? Can I roll a perception check?
Yeah, you can roll a perception check.
Okay, great. Okay, a 21.
As you are kind of like talking this through, the dolphin kind of goes, maybe look that way. And you see all of a sudden a shadow moving through the blood. He begins to move. It starts off small, almost in the distance. He goes, You sure we're gonna go this way? We should probably go. And you see coming through the blood a massive shark heading directly for you. I need you to roll initiative.
Okay, great.
Fuck.
A 17.
Shark rolled a natural 19.
Well, the shark isn't trying to hurt me because he's just a shark, and sharks aren't like that. Sharks don't want to mess with me.
Shark is with your 21 perception check. Shark is absolutely trying to hurt you.
Why?
Flying through the water, sees something moving, and goes to make an attack against you. It's going to try to bite you. That is a 23 to hit.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
Okay, damn. So now what do I do?
You take 9 points of damage.
Ow! What? Why? I'm alive. I'm talking to the shark. I'm not doing anything. There are so many dead people that you could bite.
I like that fresh meat.
That's so mean.
It's the way of the world, honey.
Oh my god. That's so...
You gotta kill that shark.
I gotta kill him. Okay, sorry, let me look at what I can do to fucking kill this dumb shark.
Circle life, baby.
I guess I can't do animal friendship with him because he doesn't care. Okay. Can I do... I kind of want to heat metal against him, but I don't know. Can I just, like, thunder wave him, or is that going to fuck up the dolphin? Oh, that might move the rock, too, wouldn't it?
Thunderwave is a small... It's only a 15-foot radius, so you could definitely aim it so it would not affect
The dolphin.
either the stone or your dolphin friend.
Would that significantly fuck this shark up if I did it to him?
Thunderwave? Thunderwave would
Yeah.
definitely hurt him.
Or I guess I could just stab him with my little bitty sword. I have a crossbow, a longbow, a longsword.
Thunderwave definitely has the ability to do more damage.
Okay, and the water, we think, will not...
No, it shouldn't make any difference in the water. Also, like, using a physical weapon will likely be a bit more difficult in the
it's
water
hard
because...
in the water.
Yeah, you're underwater.
Okay, I'll do a thunder wave against him.
He's got to make a Constitution saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
Oh, it's 13. It's 13.
He's got a +1 to Constitution. Rolled a 19, so he'll take half damage. So go ahead and roll 2d8.
And I'm like, I didn't even want to do this to you. I just wanted to go get a rock. And you just came and did this to me for no reason. Okay. So I got 8 total, so 4.
You release this spell, and it like has this percussive force in the water, like rippling backwards. He gets blasted back a bit. Oh, that felt bad, but I'm still gonna eat you.
No,
Oh my god.
don't.
Dolphin underneath you goes, I don't really want to get involved, but I'll help you out a little bit. You want some help?
I would love that, Mr. Dolphin. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm gonna go flip with my tail. Do you want to stay on me, or you want to get off?
I should probably get off.
I mean,
No.
you tell me. You want to be close to him?
I'll get off.
I'm hitting and running.
Okay, yeah, I'll get off.
You let go. Dolphin flies past you and like darts past him and slaps him in the face with his tail, and hits for another 4 points of damage.
Nice.
Dolphin smacks him in the face as it flies past him.
Am I allowed to have like hidden or done anything extra when I thunderwaved him?
Oh yeah, so you had your bonus action and your movement if you wanted to use either of them. You could use your movement to try to like get further inside the ship, like inside the helm.
Yeah, I want to get further inside the helm if I can.
Yeah, you swim yourself, like the dolphin was like, you were pretty near the door.
Yeah.
You swim yourself inside this like blasted open window. The shark could definitely still get in, but you at least have like more room to move around as a number of these like floating corpses kind of sitting around. The shark is going to make a quick bite at the dolphin, misses.
Good.
Goes, I'm coming for you next.
Okay, great.
It looks around and goes, where are you at? There you are. And flies towards Maeve. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, I'm hit. It hit me.
Hits you for 4 points of damage.
4. Wow. Okay, great. Oh, Shark, you're really annoying me.
It tastes so good. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
Kill myself?
Oh my god.
Okay, I am going to... shit. Okay, I did a Thunder Wave. When I did the Thunder Wave, did I do it the second level or the first level? Do we know?
If you just rolled 2d8, that would have been first level.
Okay, great. Can I do it second level? Would that be more hurtful to him?
Yeah, I think it adds an additional d8, so you'd roll 3d8.
I'll just do that at this point.
Hell yeah, he's
Oh, wait, but then when am I going to fuck up the stone if I do a Thunder Wave at him, or can I aim it at him?
You can aim it to, like, move it away from this, because it's a 15-foot cube, so you can kind of,
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you should
Okay,
be
great.
fine.
So, all right, I'm Thunder Waving you again.
He's going to roll a Constitution saving throw. Rolled a natural 1. You wait until he is right up against you. He bites into you as he's, like, pulling back. Goes, it tastes so good. And you look at him, releasing this spell directly from you as close as he is. There's nowhere he can go. He rolled a nat 1. Go ahead and roll 3d8 for the spell. I'll say roll an additional d8 because he rolled a nat 1.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah. Oh, 11 only.
Let off this massive percussive force. Like, all the bodies that were floating around fly back to the wall. The shark is pushed back 10 feet directly backwards, slamming into one of the walls. Like, you see one of the windows that wasn't broken cracks. As it kind of looks, he goes, fuck you, I'll find the dolphin. And flies out of the window.
Okay. So he's not my problem for now.
He was looking extremely fucked up. He's going to find easier prey.
Okay. That's really sad that he felt that he needed to do that. But hurt people hurt people.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the stone now, please.
Go and roll an investigation check.
Math. 23.
23. You glance around the room, immediately see a big door named the communications room, and below that in parentheses it says big ass sending stone right in here.
Nice, perfect. Bloop, bloop.
It seems like the crew has added on a bunch of like mini signs for their own amusement. There's like one below that that's just like a drawing of the stone. There's one below that that just is sending stone, but in like 12 different languages, including like Pig Latin.
Nice.
Yeah, we're not coworkers on the Titanfall as much as we are a family. So feel free to chime in with whatever you want.
All right, so can I roll a door opening check?
You go over to it. The door is open, and inside there's like a large station above you that is housing this fairly large stone that has been like bolted into a table. It has like a number of red glowing runes around it. It seems to still be like functional and intact. What do you want to do?
Can I go ahead and send an SOS out to everyone possible? In common tongue? Is there a way for me to hear them back? Do I have to do one at a time, or do I just do like spam?
From what Meadhbh explained to you, this is like a massive like most sending stones are walkie-talkies. This is a SOS broadcast to everybody.
Okay, cool. All right, I do one in the common tongue. I do one in Dwarvish. I do one in Elvish. I do one in Gnomish. I do one in Undercommon. I do one where I just sing a little song.
You go to say something into this spell. You kind of like press your hands to the side. You see the runes glow, and you go to say something, and what comes out is because you are still underwater.
And it's screwed to the thing.
It is bolted in. You could definitely remove it. It'll just take a little bit of time.
Can I put my mouth right up against it and do it that way? Can I try?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll a. You know what? Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you like try to say some things. All these like bubbles come out. You kind of like cup your hands around this thing and begin to try to form some kind of like airtight seal to better make it work. You lock your hands and find a small like bit of, I don't know, how do you tell me, how do you do it? What do you do?
Yeah, I do that. And just make it really, really, really tight. And I'm like, help us, please.
Yeah, what's the message that you send into the stone?
Okay.
The HMS Titanfall has...
R.M.S. Titanfall.
The R.M.S. Titanfall has capsized in the liminal sea, in between where we started and the Twilight Assembly. Please send all available ships, planes, dinghies. We got a Dunkirk situation on our hands. All help is required and appreciated. Please hurry. We're in very dire straits.
You send out this message. You see like a small like red pulse almost comes out from this thing, and you see this pulse kind of ripple through the water as this sends out. You see the runes kind of glow back, and you hear under the water. You hear some like garbled other things, and basically like you get the sense that it's some kind of like message received type thing, but it's tough to tell. Can you also do me a favor and roll a perception check?
Yes. A 21.
As you see this like ring of, or this like bubble of like percussive magical energy kind of burst out around this thing, you glance over at a number of the dials on the wall, like all the like readings and things, and your eyes immediately light on two that seem to be glowing still. The first is one for the propeller, like the motor. It's the thing that propels the ship, and you see like where it should be saying like a speed, it is clearly at 0. There's a number of like error lights on. It seems to be like fully broken, so the rudder is not moving. Mm-hmm. You glance your eyes over at the engine light, like the power coming out of the engine itself, and it is well past, like well into the red. It is maxed out. You see like the needle bouncing off where like the max point is.
I wish I knew more about engines so I could understand why this is bad.
You can go and roll an insight check.
Yeah. Oy. 11.
There is a large energy output coming from the engines that does not seem to be going to anything.
Oh God, maybe
it's not being sent to the rudder.
Maybe it's powering the Kraken. Okay, we're in the communications room, which doesn't necessarily seem to be where the engine controls would be located, but maybe the helm is, right?
Yeah, there's a number of like switches and dials around the helm that appear to control some aspects of that.
Can I turn the engine down, please, and thank you?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a intelligence check to try to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
I'll say DC 12.
I got an 18.
You go over and just begin grabbing as many dials as you can, just turning them down. I kind of like test, like you'll do one, look at the thing, nothing happens. Do one, look at the thing, nothing happens. Do one, look at the thing, nothing happens. Finally, you find a lever, this big one, and as you grab it, you realize like this is good. Retch it back, and you see the light begin to and trend down away from like high-end red, down towards yellow, down towards green, and powering slowly down. As you turn it down, you feel the ship begin to rumble and move. You look out the window and you see one of the tentacles of the Kraken flail against the side of the ship. What do you do?
Wow. Like it's flailing with like intent or like spasming? Does it seem to me?
It seems to be flailing with some kind of intent. And as Meadhbh pulls the lever down, sees this power level begin to go, as the Kraken begins to spasm and flail a bit. Meadhbh, you get the sense that there's some kind of correlation. This may be like a food source being cut off, you're not sure. But whatever it is, the Kraken is very much reacting to it, and the boat is feeling the brunt of it. Back up on the 3rd floor, high above the waterline, Karis and Cleave, you feel the boat begin to rock and roil in this moment. You hear sounds of like chattering and nervous energy above you as footsteps begin to go back and forth. What's happening? What's happening? What do you guys do in this moment?
Cleave looks at Karis and kind of like gestures with his head toward the body that had fallen down the stairs and goes, "Yeah, you gonna take the shot? I mean, come on, it's a perfect opportunity."
Wait, what?
I'm saying, we talked. You got to practice your wordplay if you want to be able to tear these things out in the moment.
Oh my god.
We got somebody that just fell in front of us. They got their throat slashed. Maybe you can do something with that. It's a dead body fell down the stairs.
I have something for that. I definitely do. Okay, blood. Blood is red. It kind of looks like jelly. So maybe like, well, that's not my kind of peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I told you I'm not good with these things. I don't necessarily even want to be good at these things.
It's all good. You'll get there.
I don't think I will. Please stop believing in me.
It's a coping mechanism. You have it in you. You just need to see a lot more dark shit, Karis. You stick with me. I'm going to take you to the worst parts of the world. There's no limit to the shit we'll see.
Just a single tear. Can we do like a perception check? Like, is there a stairwell around us? Because they're a floor above us, are they not?
They're a floor above us. They had tossed this body like down a stairwell.
Oh, right. Yes, they tossed the body down, so it's dangerous to go up there. Right.
Yes, I was telegraphing the danger of the floor above.
Yes.
And the specific path of that stairwell.
Yes. Ooh. It's tricky, buddy old pal. But, I mean, is there a way we could maybe eavesdrop better? I don't want to put myself in immediate danger right now, just after messing up that little post-traumatic accident quip. So, is there a way for me to, like, listen in?
You could certainly, like, sneak up closer to try to get in better earshot.
Yeah, I don't want to run away, but, like, I have no idea what's going on. It's kind of freaking me out.
I have eyes of minute seeing. Does that help us in any way?
That's more like, it gives you advantage on investigation checks by, like, looking for things. I mean, if you tell me what, like, you're looking for, maybe. It doesn't necessarily help you with, like, an eavesdropping mission.
Yeah. I can speak Goblin and Thieves' Cant. What languages can you speak, Karis?
I can speak Thieves' Cant and Dwarvish.
Should we listen in, see if there's a little Thieves' Cant going on?
Sure.
You're hearing most of this happening in common. Like, you can't make out what they're saying, but you're definitely hearing, like, a few common words popping through.
Do we need to... So they said don't let anyone else up here. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did here. Right, Cleave? Yeah. Did you hear that too? Okay. I mean, I know we're both pretty okay as far as persuasion goes and things like that. Do we want to take the chance and appear in this room upstairs? Or are we cutting and running? I feel like we've come too far.
Oh, I think we've come way too far. I think we got two options. I think we either, show up there, try to talk our way in, maybe do a deal where one of us pretends to have the other one captured and is bringing her the rest. Right. Or, hear me out, we grab that dead body and we weekend at Bernie's them back up into the room.
Is there a way we can meet in the middle? I feel like we can take the best parts of both of those and really sink our teeth into them. Well, is he wearing? Can we check? Is he or she wearing any like garb of the drowned or something? Or are they like?
No, the guy was like a first class passenger. He's wearing
he was just
tux
like,
and tails. Yeah. It seemed to be like a passenger that made their way to the top and has found an untimely end.
Oh, but that's kind of perfect. If one of us puts on, Karis is a dwarf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, is the person that fell closer in height to Karis or to me?
Closer night to you. He's human.
Okay. I could put on the tux, and Karis, you could pretend to have caught me, and like I'm a first class passenger or something.
Okay. I'm down. I'll do it. I'll do it. Is this Cleave showing up in a dead man's tux is really the power move of the hour.
I want to make very clear that my first intent was to put you in the dead man's tux.
You grab the foot of the dead man, pull him forward, and begin to undress him, dressing yourself in his clothes. As you do, you feel again the of these tentacles rocking the boat. Back down with Maeve. Maeve, you're pulling this handle further down as you see the power slowly decreasing. And as it decreases further, you feel the tentacles slamming onto the boat, jostling it around. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you catch a glimpse of one of these tentacles outside.
15.
You catch a glimpse and you see the tentacles, the red running down the tentacles is definitely decreasing as you're turning this down. So whatever it appears to be like you're cutting off the food source of this thing. But as you're pulling it down further, the tentacles are getting more and more violent. Do you continue turning it down, or do you push it back up?
Oh, golly. I mean, how violent are we talking? Is it very, very bad?
You're pulling it down. You're down at halfway as this thing moves slowly down. It is not currently doing major damage to the ship, but the further you pull it down, the more violent this is getting. You think if you cut this thing off, it's likely going to begin to damage the ship more.
Can I do a little bitty experiment really quickly? Can I try to, from memory, I suppose, play my dulcimer? Do I have my dulcimer on me? I want to play my dulcimer, which is not a wind instrument, and see if I can calm it down a little with the song before I continue to pull the power down.
Sure, go ahead. Roll a performance check, DC 20. You're playing it on a new instrument, and you're playing it underwater.
Okay, great. But I wrote the album Blue on my dulcimer. Okay. I got a 16.
You try to play this thing out. Dulcimer's one of these, right?
No, it's you put it on your... It's
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. String, picky instrument, but flat. You start playing this thing, and being underwater, your fingers aren't moving quite as quickly as you want them to. Mm-hmm. The sound is getting kind of buffeted by the water. You see the tentacles kind of react to it for a moment, but then your fingers slow under the water and it fades away as the tentacles continue to kind of rollick around the ship.
It's hard that this decision is all on me, who is very stupid. Can I? Okay, let's see. I have no rolls left that I can roll to help me understand if this is a good idea or not, do I?
I mean, I think Maeve's a decently smart person. I think you're realizing you could definitely cut this thing's food supply off.
But it might be bad in between.
I think you're realizing it might be good to damage this thing more. It might not reconstitute more. It might be weaker, but it seems that it may not be good for the ship. Whereas leaving it on is definitely helping this thing grow and reform. But it is at least docile while it is being fed.
So my options are basically completely off or completely on. I can't wean it off a little bit.
You could definitely wean it off.
Okay, can I leave it at half?
Yeah, I'll say you begin. Go ahead and roll a perception check to try to find the best midpoint where the ship isn't being damaged, but you're trying to ink it down as far as you can.
Yeah. A 17.
17. You start to pull this thing down. You pull it to half and you feel the boat rocking harder and harder. You kind of have to ease it up a bit. You get it down about a third power off.
Okay.
Before you realize anything lower is going to be damaging the ship. But you do kind of look and you see the red pulses going through this thing have slowed immensely.
Cool.
I mean, I say slowed immensely. They've slowed by exactly 1/3.
Cool. Okay, perfect. How much? Well, I guess whatever. I've got my second little bubblehead thing. There's a part of me that doesn't want to leave without the stone, but it's very heavy, right? Like I couldn't possibly get it.
I mean, it's not crazy, and you're also underwater, so it'd be decently easy to move underwater.
Can I try to unscrew it?
Yeah, go ahead and make. How are you trying to like? It's bolted in. Are you trying to just like rip it up? Are you trying to like find some tools to do it?
Can I try to just heat the metal? I know that wastes a spell.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll say if you're gonna spend a second level spell to do it, you heat the metal and you see the water around you grows warm and you see the metal grows this bright red. And as you begin to like move this thing, the metal just kind of bends and becomes pliable enough that you can just slide it out of the braces that were holding it. You're holding onto this large rock. It's definitely going to be more difficult to swim with it, but you have it with you.
Okay, great. Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything else around me that I need to like notice or steal?
Yeah, go ahead.
22.
Looking around, no, there's not really anything else. There's nothing major of note. You kind of like glance at all the dials. You see like those were the two kind of like major things that were still on.
Yeah.
There's a number of people floating around. You could maybe like grab a uniform, like a crew uniform if you wanted to, but other than that, there's not much else of value in the room.
Okay.
To your like immediate circumstances.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on the crew uniform, even though I can see how that would be helpful, just because it wigs me out so much.
Fair.
And I say, hey, are there any dolphins around that want to give me a ride back up to the surface, please?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say DC 12.
And they're all like, we don't want to do it because a shark got us. Fuck me. I got a 9.
Your dolphin Uber score is super low.
Yeah.
I feel I will let you roll with advantage because you released them from their dolphin jail.
Aw. I am glad you agree that zoos are jail.
We have it on record.
Oh yeah, it's wildly fucked up.
Yes. I got a 21.
You have to like it takes a couple of minutes as you're just kind of like but eventually the one dolphin comes back. He's got like a bit of a slash down one of his sides. He goes, "Hi, don't worry, I fucked him up. He's out of here."
Can I do I feel like it's one of my bonus actions. Can I the thing where I give him a little bitty like
inspiration?
No, the one where I'm like feel better, and then later when he rests he feels better.
Oh, Song of Rest. I'll let you sing a Song of Rest as he's like taking you back up where you want to go.
Okay, great. He's taking me up to the surface, and I'm like, itty bitty dolphin, I am really sorry that shark bit you. But you'll feel better when you go to sleep. Get away from the kraken. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry about your boo-boo.
My day, I've had a lot of ups and downs today. Started in a tank, got out, got hit by a shark. But, I think I'm doing okay. That was a nice song. I feel really good, so thank you. I'm going to leave now.
Okay, and I'm already up to the top of the ship, right?
Yeah, he pulls you up to the top of the ship. You stand on top of him. He kind of pushes you up so you can chuck this rock inside the window. You kind of pull yourself up. He, blow holes up in like a salute as he begins to go off into the distance.
Oh my God, that was so nice of him.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Good luck with all of your endeavors.
Oh, I can swim and breathe underwater, so I'm going to be probably fine.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay,
bye.
And then I guess I go looking for my homies to tell them. Oh, can I do another? Actually, before I do that, can I send another SOS through the stone just in case the first one didn't take?
Yeah, sure. You pick it up now. out of the water. You kind of like shake it, some like water comes out of it somehow, and you hear a like static coming through. It goes.
Message received. SOS received. We are on the way.
Okay, cool. Can I do it in all the other languages just in case?
You bop it out through all the languages you know. A message comes back. It says,
Do you believe you have strayed off course? Do you believe you are on your original course?
I believe we're probably not on our original course, but I have no idea where we are. I can look around and tell you what I see. I see water. I don't know where we are.
go ahead and roll a perception check for me. See if you can get any kind of read on what might help you.
Oh, yeah. My perception check is 9, but I feel that I should be able to roll with advantage because I do carry with me this finding your way without compass or map.
Oh,
and I do know a lot about what seabirds that I can see and like where the birds live and how many I can see and how close I am to land. And I also know about wind and like predominant winds. And I also know about where the moon is and where that would make me on the horizon. So I do, because I love nature and animals, have a little bit of knowing where I am.
All right, for the listener, Blythe did just pull down a book called, Seeing with, what is it called?
Finding Your Way Without a Map or Compass.
Yeah, so because in her immediate grabbing area, she had a very, very specific book, I will allow advantage. Please roll with advantage.
Okay, great. 24.
Oh my god.
You look up, having been out in nature for a lot of your life, you glance at the stars. You all of a sudden kind of like look around and you begin to, triangulate things in your mind. And you all of a sudden have a pang of fear in the back of your head.
Oh no.
As you, without even thinking about it, you pull yourself out of the window, kind of pull yourself up and look off in the distance. And you see the boat is still kind of like drifting slowly towards a massive wall of fog ahead of you. You guys are on a course with the static itself. Any ship that has ever made it in there has never been seen again.
What? Okay,
Oh,
so
fuck.
I'm like, we're pretty close to the static. Please come get us ASAP. Please, 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 please. Also, I should mention there's a Kraken on the boat. Okay, thank you.
What was that last bit?
And as you are drifting towards this menacing curtain of fog, this Bermuda Triangle of the unknown, you realize that you may have even less time than you thought. And that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. Tune in next week as the clock ticks down and our heroes' chances of escape grow ever slimmer. Good night, everybody.